back to the channel. Now, Accurist. As you're probably aware, that recently Accurist have completely changed the range that they do, and a lot of their kind of existing pieces are being heavily discounted, and this is one of them. And I think this is an absolutely cracking deal at the moment. I bought this one from GB Watchshop. I will leave a link to it down below. I think this could be a real alternative to the good old Casio Duro, but let's have a look at it and find out. This is the Accurist 7327. It is a 200-meter water resistant diver's watch, not ISO certified, but you know, still water resistant to 200 meters. As you can see, it is Pepsi kind of colours, which is really cool, and I think it looks great. The usual retail price of these is 130 GBP, which I think is probably a little on the high side, but currently you can pick these up for roughly half price. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link down below, and if you want to grab one, I would be quick, because I wouldn't have thought that they're going to stick around very long. It is not a small watch though, so for you guys with smaller wrists that are about to bombard the comment section with, well, it's too big, then I'm afraid this one probably isn't for you. But for me, with a larger wrist at 7 3/4, it's absolutely bang on. Anyway, let's get on with some sizes and let's have a closer look at this watch. We have a case size between here and here of 42.3, including the crown. It's 46.3. We've got a lug to lug, quite large, which is 51.6. We've got a thickness of 12.3. We've got a lug width of 20 millimeters and an overall weight on the supplied stainless steel bracelet of 153 grams. Now this is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, because there's quite a lot of polishing going on. There is very little in the way of brushed elements on the case. But yeah, some people love that, some people don't. But we've got all 316L stainless steel, which is the case and the bracelet, the screw down case back, the crown, which is screwed down, and we'll come back and have a look at that shortly. We've got an aluminium insert to that bezel. The bezel is a 120 click, so we'll have a listen to that, just moving a bit closer. Good positive clicks, no bounce, no backplay. It does just about line up. I think it may be a hair off, but it is only a hair. The covering that dial is a piece of sapphire crystal, which is clear AR coated from behind. You've got on the rehort, you've got your 24-hour indicator around there and your minute marks. You've got all applied indices, which are lume filled. We'll come back and have a look at those shortly as well. Got those arrow tip high polished handset and the red seconds hand, adding a splash of colour to that blue sunburst dial, and the sunburst on it is actually really nice. We'll move in a bit closer and we'll have a bit of a looky at that. As you can see, that really does pop quite nicely under the lights, and you can see the AR coating working away there under these studio lights at whatever angle. It is still legible. We do not have any lume pip at the 12 o'clock, which is a little bit of a shame. Would have liked to have seen that. We've got Accurist printed just below the 12 o'clock and 200 meters just above the 6 o'clock. A white frame date window. Date is a white background, and I think that looks okay on this one, because it's more in keeping aesthetically with the look of the rest of the indices. The indices themselves, you've got that high polished outer edge, and I don't know if we can get close enough. If you actually have a look at the back edge of those, there is a little bit of kind of contouring and shaping to those, which is I think quite nice. I think the dial on this is really, really well done. Now moving round to the crown, it's covered by these crown guards. On the case, we've got high polished sides, which are done reasonably well. If you get it in kind of certain angles, you kind of get that in places. There's a little bit of kind of a wobbly effect going on where it's been polished. But overall, not too bad. The crown is signed and it is screwed down. You've got that nice little red accent in there as well, which is pretty cool. And then unscrew, and it's actually really, really smooth. Pops out nicely. And because it's a quartz movement, we got the first position. We'll take you to the date change, and then you pull it out to the second position. The movement will hack, and then you can set your time. Let's put it round to the favourite of all watch reviewers. There we go. And then screwing back in is no issues whatsoever. It is nice and smooth. And yeah, there we go. In she goes. Yeah, really nicely done. The brushing on the top of the lugs isn't too bad. Moves down to some polished accents on the end of the lugs. And you've got a brushed bracelet and high polish on this side as well. High polish bezel edge. The bracelet itself, it's 20mm here, tapers down to 18 at the clasp. You've got your Accurist logo on the flip lock, and then you've got double deployment pushers and a pressed clasp, as these things always are. And then on the back there, you've got your Accurist and all your information, all stainless steel, water resistant, 200 meters. You've got your model number down here. Japan movement, and it's the caliber is a 2117, which is a Miyota, and I'll put a picture of that up there somewhere. You can see we've got solid end links, and which fit in there quite nicely. There's no wobble and no bounce on those. The clasp has got 3 levels of micro adjust. High polished on the sides, brushed on the top. High polish on the side of the bracelet. The bracelet is on push pins only, so no pin and collar or anything like that. Now, the bracelet I'm pretty sure is solid, but because the weight is 153 grams and the watch is so big, I'm not sure where they've saved the weight. Could it be because it's a quartz movement, or could it be there's a little bit of a hollow bit on the inside of the links? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to go with solid bracelet. So solid bracelet, solid end links. We've got sapphire crystal, 120 click unidirectional bezel that doesn't wobble about, doesn't bounce. The loom on this is, I would say, fair. I'll pop up a loom shot now. It'll last a good kind of 3 or 4 hours, and then after that it is actually really difficult to see. It is not an all-nighter, but it's fair. It's one of the better ones that I've seen from Accurist. Yes, what do we think? What are your thoughts on this? I think this is an absolute bargain at the current price. You can pick it up, as I said, from GB Watch Shop for around about half price, and they're even doing an extra 10%, which brings the price down to just over 60 GBP. And for a little bit of fun, what I am going to do is maybe the last video of this year. I'm going to do a head-to-head. I'm going to put this up against the Casio Duro and see how it scores. And it will be my scoring. You know, take that as you will, maybe with a pinch of salt. But those things are always a bit of fun. But yeah, let me know what you think. Is this an absolute bargain? I think it is. Definitely, if you're looking for a kind of a really nice Christmas present, a nice good quality daily diver, grab one of them while you can. But that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you would like to. But that's it for now. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next, maybe the last video of this year before the Christmas break. Cheers for now.